I'm going to record this also. Here's another one of my pet peeves. Guys that won't move out of the left lane. 5 cars stacked up in the left lane doing the same speed I'm doing. None of them want to move. So now they're starting to slightly accelerate. But there's a car ahead of them. No, it's just, he's over there. He's not moving. Forget it. And I think the worst thing about rush hour is the worst drivers come out at rush hour. You will not believe how bad some of these people are driving. That guy just passed me. That's the guy I was talking about before. He decided now he was going to come up here at 275. The worst drivers come out at rush hour, which is the worst thing about it. You have the worst drivers and the most traffic. Speed limit is 60 to me anyway, so we're doing 70. There's no hesitation for speeding in Florida. People are not light-footed, at least a good number of them. They have no problem moving. Here comes another one of my pet peeves, a pickup truck in the left lane. But at least he's moving. Speed limit 70. Alright, so we're out of the Jacksonville traffic now. We just headed straight up to past Savannah and past this truck or not. It's kind of funny to see these things exactly in this shithole fucking hotel. I mean, an old 50s style hotel. The only reason an executive would go there is to hook up, you know, to meet a hooker for an hour over lunch. If that. Or if like you can order a hooker for room service, like you can in Russia. You pretty much just order a chick. They come by with like a selection of cards of these hookers, and you can order, you know, select one. She'll come to your room. How's that for irony? A Porsche on the back of a car carrier. A Carrera. That's an old one too. It's old enough to have, what am I saying? Maybe like a 2000 version. Keel over here. This guy's going faster than I want to go anyway. Look at the Porsche for a while. Yeah. Alright guys, like exit 295. Oops. Make up your damn mind. Guys aren't quite going as fast as I want to go. This is what I call falling too close, right here. So close that if the guy stops, I really have no choice but to stop. Because I'm so close, I can't really change lanes. So I don't have time to look. It takes time, it takes distance to look and then change lanes. This guy's going to take my lane here in a second. See if he's got a helmet on. Oh my god, he's got a helmet on. He's got an open pipe. See, nice job, buddy. He's dropping off the rental. That guy just came from the fast lane all the way over to there on a stupid bike. Just like that. another car carrier. Alright, so anyway, long story short, short story more interesting. The ZX14R is sort of a big cruiser, straight road, you know, very, very good motor, very fast motor, very, not cammy, not torquey, but has power up and down the power band. It's a little long in the chassis to call it a canyon carver, but it can turn, just not as strong suit. Strong suit is eating up road, like this. It's much like this car. Look, will you fuck past the guy? Jesus, what a douche. Fucking Virginia driver. Came all the way down here to be a douche bag. Fuck! All the way down here from Maryland to be a douchebag. Virginia, I should say. God, Virginia drivers, like, as much as people from New Jersey are assholes, Virginia drivers are assholes. You don't have anything to do with it. Just, now let's see what he does. Now all of a sudden, he can ride on my ass. Let's see what we got here. Guy's gonna do. He's decided up. Apparently, he can follow me. We have to go a little faster. So I hate people that pull next to you. They pull next to you and drive the same speed. That's classic Virginia driver right there. Doesn't know how to pass people. Pull next to you and drive the same goddamn speed. Obviously, I guess he's having a senior moment. Now suddenly he can do 70 miles an hour. This truck. See, he's going to pull right up next to that truck. See him right here? Instead of getting out from behind, from the center lane, he's going to sit in the center lane doing 65. Right on that truck's bumper. Stay right about where the truck is. This one. So anyway, all right. So you gotta realize on a motorcycle you spend 99% of your time driving straight down a long road like this. Maybe it has some turns. I'll say interstate. But there's an old theory that the most of your miles are going to be done in an interstate because that's where you're going the fastest. But you don't have to ride the interstate, but you're going to spend a lot of time on the interstate. And when you ride the interstate, you need a bike that can handle the interstate well, because you don't want to have to be suffering, and then you can't really ride the interstate. ZX14R would be absolutely perfectly fine on the interstate for 3, 4, 5 hours, like any other bike that isn't a cruiser, for instance, and that's a plus. It's stable. It's not overly stable. It's got more than enough power without being cammy. It's nice. It's got a nice long 6 gear, and it'll eat up road. It's maybe got a little bit of wind sensitivity, but I think I noticed that about all the bikes down there when I was riding it. It was windy and gusty and stuff like that. So yes, I think the average riding, you would want to have a 10R before you'd want to have a 14R. You might lose a little bit on the back roads, the really twisty back roads, where you're absolutely going flat out and flying through corners. But that's okay. That's fine. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm not going to be out there slamming it over, dragging a knee, and tucking myself under the bike. Okay? Ever. I don't ever want to ride like that. The reason is because you don't have a fallback. You don't have a parachute when you ride like that. You either get it right or you go off, man. You've got 3 choices. You slow down a little bit, and it's casual. You get it right on the edge, or you go sliding across the fucking road, running off into whatever is on the side of the road. Which is a bad way to ride. So I think the ZX14R would be great for 8/10, 7/10 cornering, and 7/10 riding. It's a good balance between going straight and cornering. The 14R is. I'm sorry. I think the nearest to that, and I think surprisingly potent as a motorcycle, is the FZ1. It's noticeably lighter front, but it has the same grunt. I think the Yamaha I rode, the 13 FZ1 is sort of like a navy blue. I thought the throttle was too sensitive. Definitely, I talked to the Yamaha guys. They said it could be adjusted, that there's a gain that allows them to adjust that, but they'd have to take the throttle body off, possibly some other crap to get to it and do it, and they could do it. I didn't get to ride the 14th when the R1. They also said that they don't know if there's a way around the stuttering problem with the R1. Look at this shit. They don't know if there's a way around the stuttering problem with the R1 below 4,000, but it's designed to be ridden, fast on the open road. I know it's fast. I know it can go fast. I know it's a fast bike. I also know that even fast bikes need to be ridden slow. I'm sorry. That's not an excuse. The days of a cami bike, carbs that had to be ridden at high speed, those days are long gone. 2013, we don't have to buy street bikes. We don't have to buy street bikes that are cami and run like shit at low speeds in order to get good performance at high speeds, or good acceleration even at low speeds, or at high RPMs. The point I'm making is it should accelerate well even at low RPMs. You shouldn't have to rev the hell out of it to get it to run right. And an extra horsepower too at the top end is not worth it running like crap at the low end. And a lot of people want to dump these exhaust tips and stuff on. Those things